Yo guys, it's your boy Ruff, and today I wanted to bring you guys a video on the Dark Zone in The Division. The Dark Zone, we'll call it DZ from here on out, is a PvP enabled area, and two of my bros, Frozen and Weasel, tag along for our first time into the DZ. I'll be showing you everything you need to know about the DZ, so let's take a look. The DZ checkpoint is the last section before you actually enter the Dark Zone. This is a great opportunity to reload your weapons, maybe buy some new gear before you head into the unknown. Seconds after entering the zone, we all of a sudden see a red skull on the map. We start booking it towards that skull, knowing that that is a rogue. What a rogue is basically just someone who shot or maybe killed another player and now they've gone rogue. You earn a bounty by killing this person, so we take chase along with everybody else. We ended up cornering him on top of the garage, and he decided to hop around a little bit and get away by going down a ladder. Of course, I took chase, being the first rogue I've ever seen in the game, and I finally catch up to him a couple minutes later down an alley. I decided to throw a grenade to make sure to cover myself, and I took a rush on him, finally taking him out and gaining the bounty. As we were exploring the map, I tried to get fancy and run between some buildings. The one thing to note is that in the DZ, there are plenty of NPCs around littered on the map. An NPC is a non-player character. I make the mistake of running away from Weasel and Frozen, and I end up running into a group of these NPCs, which almost get me. Something else that seems to be littered around the map are these loot crates, and you can actually loot these and get gear out of them. Unfortunately, we never got anything very good, but maybe that's just because it's the beta. Now that we have our loot, we decided to go to an extraction point. It's pretty easy. You walk into the extraction point, you hold the square, it shoots a flare, and then you wait for a helicopter. Unfortunately, Frozen, Weasel, and I noticed some actual players across the extraction zone. Weasel decides to walk across the zone to kind of test and see if they were friendly. They make no move, we shoot the flare, and then they attack. We were spread too thin, so we were killed. They took our loot, and we cried. A little later, we decided to try the extraction again. This time, we had no real players come even close to us, and in fact, we never saw another real player for the rest of our session. We successfully extracted some gear, which then was sent to our stock at home base. Once the items are extracted, you can then see how many items are at your home base. You can only have up to 30 before you have to go back and be able to take them out. When and if you do run into another real player, make sure you focus on not shooting that player accidentally. As you can see here, I accidentally graze a player. I become a rogue, but at a very small amount of time. My partner then decides to protect me, kills him, and we end up getting a very high amount of time as rogue. After killing some mobs, we are picking up some loot, and I realized that my DZ inventory is full. Unfortunately, you can only carry 6 items, although this may be to get people to leave the zone from time to time or to actually go and extract. All you have to do is go into your inventory and be able to drop or dismantle something that you don't want. Once you do that, you can go back out and pick up the item. One thing that we actually really enjoyed was we ran into a very high level mob. We actually died, we had to go back, pick up our gear, and then we had to work together to figure out what was going to be the best way to kill her. Turns out just some water and a shotgun did the job very quickly, but it was still fun to strategize and have to think about how to do it. As we attempt to make our last extraction on the night, I want to make a couple points about the DZ. I feel that the DZ is very fun, especially with friends. It's unexpected and you never know what's around the corner. I wish they added a few more enemies. That way, you know, you could run into even more opportunity to get gear. And I wish more players were on the map since we never ran into another one. It can also somewhat get boring. Now, I don't know if that's just because this is the beta or if this is how the game is actually going to be. I'd really like to see some events of some kind inside other than just the extractions from players. And there's no reason for people to go rogue unless they just want to try to kill you and get your gear. So I'd like to see some things to promote players to want to go rogue, and I really hope that they also put really good gear in the PvE version of the game, because if someone really doesn't like DZ, unfortunately they're gonna have to just to be able to get this really good gear. Again, Frozen, Weasel, and I had a great time, and we really love the DZ version of The Division, but we really can't tell until the game comes out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed bringing this one to you. I had so much fun editing this, and I hope you guys enjoy. Please like, subscribe below. Ruff out.